Boker Tov.
Oh, okay, Boker Tov. I was a little concerned because I didn't receive your admit, but anyway, uh, I saw you sent me link. I was thinking of a Yiddish what do we call it? A Winkel, the Linkel, Winkel Winkel. That's the way we get started. I like that. Okay, Boker Tov,
Boker Tov.
Tzafra Tava. So today, the Yud Gimel of we have Rav Henkin. Did you have any shaykhs? I know Yudi Henkin, his son, is also famous, but my father and I had a shaykhs in Lower East Side with Yosef Eliyahu Henkin. Did you have any shaykhs at all with Rav Henkin?
Only his. I have his two svarim of his.
His him, and used to get his luach, from you know Ezra's Torah.
There's
I'm
his
sure
Torah, right?
we used to
Right.
get the and and it's also the yahrzeit of Zelig, our own Zelig, but it's Zelig Epstein. Do you have any shaykhs with Zelig Epstein? I actually used to daven mincha in their yeshiva, right nearby in Kew Gardens, Shar Torah.
Shara Torah, right? No, didn't have any personal
Oh,
connection.
okay. And of course, it's also the yahrzeit of the Megala Amukos. I wanted to start off by saying that, America has been involved in this war, and I consider it the war, this is to get rid of the nuclear weapons, is a war as much as for US of A, is for Israel. And the Pentagon just released the real statistics as to how how many casualties there were, and it's right now they have 18 that were killed and 624 injured. Just
Wow.
statistically, to know that the US of A is very much involved in this war. So I figured you'd want to know that. And we should be Hakar Satov for our allies, of course, our who are fighting with us together this war against Amalek. And we are up to the point, man, where this
When
is every year, this is already a few years, and every year I mention the fact that the kuf is what we say Mizmer Lasoda every day, that we're supposed to say it with a niggin. And the truth of the matter is, I came up with my own niggin, but it's nicht gefährlich, and that's great. So I'm going to actually bring in a niggin. And what do we do? What do we do for
you press share,
share?
click on share sound to the right.
Okay, share sound,
Click on the media player to the left.
media player.
Click share, the media player will open.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Press play.
Okay, here we go.
No, yeah, press play.
מזמור לתודה, הודיעו לאדוני כל הארץ, עבדו את אדוני בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה, דעו כי אדוני הוא אלוהים, הוא עשנו ולא אנחנו.
B, are you getting out of your car already? You're not a Gonzaga, are you?
No, actually, finish the Tillin first.
Okay, I just want to. That was a fancy, but I think we should sing. Ivdu, 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 Es Hashem b'simcha. Ivdu es Hashem b'simcha, bo lefanav bernana, bo lefanav bernana, bo lefanav bernana, bo lefanav bernana, Achenu kol beis Yisrael. Achenu kol beis Yisrael, hanesunim b'tzara, b'tzara uvashivya, omdim ben bayam uven bayabasha. Hamakom yerachem aleim yotziyem mitzara, Omer Felim Yora, Umeshiba Ligeula Hasta, Bagola Uvizman Kariv Nomar Amen. Are you actually going to Angels?
No, I'll tell you the truth. I went to the mikveh this morning, and at the mikveh, nitfasli something in my back. So I didn't even go to the koisel. I could hardly get up to the shul.
What? You're kidding? You didn't go to you I thought for sure that you were just coming from the so you're already home.
So I'm home, and I've been mostly walking up.
So we have to wish you a refuah shlema, Rafi. Okay, you were breaking up a little. So
I said you continue the shir, and I'll join you in a couple minutes.
Okay, I'm going to continue. Okay, Ivdu es Hashem b'simcha, dint dem Eibishter mit simcha. Dint, of course, is to serve. Dint, and dint in Yiddish. Dint, Dalid Yud Nun Tes is to serve Hashem b'simcha, and bo lefanov birnana, kumt tzeim birnana mit gesang. Gesang is with song. Val Hashem Yisborach Batzolt pays back for Eden a guten schar, a good amount of repayment for the mitzvahs on Ma'asim Tovim. That's my Yiddish for today. And since Tzvi is going to rejoin us very soon, I'm going to get started with, I think I'm going to start with the Rav Nassan Nata Shapiro, the Megala Amukos. And it's interesting, and the name of the Megala Amukos is Nassan Nata. Nassan Nata. In other words, he had both names, Nassan and Nata Shapiro. Ben Shlomo. Nolad b'Krakow, ב-1585, ונפטר ביום י' ג' אב, ב-1633. הוא נקרא על שם סבו, שהיה רב בהודנה, וחיבר את הפירוש מבוא שערים לשערי דורה, ואת הפירוש אמרי שפר, על רש"י על התורה. בשנת 1617 נתמנה רב נסן נטה לרב בראש ישיבה בקרקאו, ואחד מתלמידיו היה רב שבסאי כהן דשח. Tzvi, you tell me when you're ready. We'll join you. היה לו כשרונות מצוינים, במיוחד זיכרון בלתי מצוי. You know, when we say zichron bilti motzi, we're talking about someone with a photographic memory. You know, literally, I know people like that who, when you tell them something, they have instant recall. Rabbi Yaakov, sheshurfot katav alav zikaron gadol shein kamor. Reb Nassan Nata haya mirishonei mekubalim b'Polanya. Yichaso lo gilui Eliyahu Hanavi. They attribute to him the fact that he actually had Gilui Eliyahu. Chibura Hanoda b'Sefer Megala Amukos, which is very famous. Min hachashuvim b'Sifrei Kabbalah Ashkenazim. Bohu Perush, Achar Hakdama Gdola Shaloshim Dapim, just the introduction of 30 pages, as Filas Moshe Rabbeinu V'Eschanan, which is, last week's Parsha. But Matayim Chamishim Shnaim Ofanim Shonot, 252 Perushim on V'Eschanan, Keneged Rav Lecha. We're talking about Rav Lecha is 252. Gadol Haya Kolcho Begamatrius Murkovos. O Sefer Shabot Pirush et Ha'echad Hazira Vayikra. When they talk about the small letter of Aleph in the Vayikra, he had 1,000 ofanim, Elef ofanim. He had 11,000 different Pirushim. Sifro Echer, Gam B'Shem Megala Mukas Al Torah, Kasuv Al Derech HaPshat. Mechiburav Halachtim Nitbesu Hagos Chidushei Anshe Shein Al Harif Heim Ofiim B'chol Ma'adurot Hashas Im Arif B'Pinkas Chevra Kedisha Shel Kehila Krakow Huva Ma'asa Nifla Ani Echad Me'ovdei Arech Harabim She'avru Be'ir Pana El Gabai Chevra Kedisha Ma'amelo Kibratzono Liknot Chelka B'Beis HaKvoros Liad Kivro Shel Megala Amukos Kemuvan Shabgabai Lo Shamalo Ha'ani Hifsir Bo Shuv V'Shuv V'Amar Ki Yiteng Kol Hon Sheba'olam Avur HaChelka Hagabai B'Rtzono Lipater Me'a'ish Nakav B'Schum Atik B'Harbe Mi'al Shovi Erech HaChelka V'Hinei L'Tadmuto Hotzi Anani Et HaSchum Mikiso U'Masro L'Gaboi B'Leis Breira Orach Imo Hagabai Shtar Mechira Al HaChelka Od Ba'oto Alayla Meta Ani Arech U'B'Kivon Shelo Yelo Korav O'Machir Kavru Oto B'Tzad Beit HaKvoros B'Chelkas Eniyim B'Layla Sha'achrav Nigla Ani B'Chalom L'Gabai V'Hizmino Lo L'Din Torah Sha'arei B'Yado Shtar Mechira Al Chelka Shel Yad HaKever Shel Megala Amukos B'Tchila Lo Shosa Gabai Libo L'Chalom Hanifter Hosif Lo Fia B'Chalamo Laila Achar Laila Hagabai Hichlit Lagavo L'Fnei Rabba Shel Krakow Habach L'Shol Et Eitzato Habach Pasak Ima Ish Ro'ui L'Shkov Liad Megala Mukos Yesh Lo Reshut L'Salek Atzmo L'Sham L'Macharat Bo Anshe HaKevra Kedisha L'Beis HaKvoros Matzu Kvar Chada Kevra Chada Shelo Yada Alav Ish V'Ila HaKevra Shel Ani Hayamunach Rekam. Wow, that was ready. So Tzvi, you're joined. Let's see, make sure. Okay, Tzvi, we have you back. Tzvi, you there with us? Okay, we have you back. We just did the Megala Amukos, but if you're there, we just enjoyed your Winkel on Akev. We learned why they're heel. We learned why the Akev, why the Untersche Fuss. We learned all about that and the Perushim. So, do you have any coming attractions? Erhot Abyssal for Heintige Winkel, or you want to chazer a little on the Winkel that we did? You have a choice. Rip Van.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything new yet. You can look at the. It was an interesting Winkel yesterday.
Very. I want you to know it was a lot of. I saw it was usually you have two sections. You had at least three sections. You had, you were really putting a lot of arbit on that.
Yeah, and then particularly what I liked was the. I thought at the end was the connection of V'hoya Ekev Tishma and why Loshen Simcha.
Right. For every little thing, for jede kleine Zach, is azoy choshuv meken freilich sein. For jede kleine Zach, V'hoya. A bissel, not quite,
The idea is that if you really make seder with the mitzvahs kalos, and you do them in their proper respective, so that is opens up a whole world of simcha.
Right.
So it's
And I would say kol tzukein. You know something? If for a klein azach, if for a little thing, you have simcha, could you imagine the besser, the chamuras of the mitzvahs? I'm sure you have more. You have more than simcha. You have sason. You have greater simcha. I would say that's my own shot.
right.
Okay, I guess I'll be honest with you, Tzvi. I see on your face that unfortunately you have pain.
Yeah, I have very, very uncomfortable right now, so I think I'm going to say goodbye.
Oh, wait, but let me ask you something before you go. Are you going to see someone? Or are you going to any self-cure?
I don't know. I just took a couple of Advil, and hopefully it'll pass. I don't know.
Okay, so we wish this
nitfas. When it's something is nitfas.
Okay,
it's
I know.
Really,
listen, you're
hard to
talking.
move.
You're talking to a mumcha, a balagav. I know what it's all like. So anyway, we wish Anne, we wish for you a refuah shlema.
Amen.
Refuah shlema, and thank you for participating today, even though you were a little out of it. So anyway, mir wünsch euch a ganze refuah a shlema.
Amen.
Chaim tovim.
Chaim tovim.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're back. We just finished the Megala Amukos, and I think we should go to Rav Henkin, who, as I recall, and I mentioned last year, a few years, that he was blind towards the end of his life, and yet he knew the Al Peh, he knew Mamish, all Shas and everything, and he was considered a Gadol B'Torah, and of course he was. I'll mention his biography, but I personally had a shaykhus through my father, and it was really a very special to meet a Gadol B'Torah. Yosef Eliyahu ben Eliezer Klonimus Henkin, shenolad ב-1881 ונפטר ב-1973, נולד בבלרוס, בגיל 16, למד בישיבת סלוצק, אצל רב ישראל זלמן מלצר, שהוא היה התלמיד מובהק שלו. הוא הוסמך על ידי רדב"ז וברוך בר ליבוביץ', יחיאל הלוי אפשטיין, the Aruch HaShulchan. You could see he got his smicha from Gedolei Yisrael. ב-1904 היה רב בעייני שבג'ורג'ה, והיה ראש ישיבה שם. ב-1908 היה רב בצחינאו. ב-1910 רב בקולש. ב-1913 היה רב באחלת שיחה. ב-1914 באש ישיבת סטויפץ. אחר כך ראש ישיבה בשקלוב, ואחר כך בסמליאן. ב-1923 היגר ל-USA, באמריקה, ל-Lower East Side. היה, כמו שאמרתי, מנהל עזרת תורה, which was, היה עמותה להחזיק את עניי גדולי ישראל. והוא היה שם מנהל 48 שנים. הוא חיבר את הפירוש עברה, עדות ישראל, לב עברה ותשובות עברה. צבי אמר שהיה לו שני ספרים שלו. אני אמרתי, הזכרתי שהיה לו הלוח, שכל שנה הלוח כמו רב קצ'ינסקי, שיש לוח ארץ ישראל, היה לוח עזרת תורה עם הלכות על הלוח השנה. היום זה גם כן היורצייט של אהרון זליג בן משה הלוי אפשטיין. Reb Zelig Epstein, שנולד ב-1914, ונפטר ב-2009, נולד בסלונים. הוא למד אצל רב שבסי יוגל, ב-1929 למד בישיבת מיר, 10 שנה, ב-1939 למד בקלן, ב-1941 עבר למונטריאול, ואחר כך היה בישיבת בטורונטו, ב-1949 היה ראש ישיבה בבית מדרש למחנכים בוויליאמסבורג, ואחר כך ראש מספתא בתורה ודס. ב-1974 הקים ישיבה שער התורה בגרודנה, בקיו גארדנס, ששמה הזכרתי, התפללתי, שהייתי בבית משפט בקווינס, בבית משפט מחוזי בקווינס, אז הייתי, לפני שעשיתי מנחה אצלי, יסדתי מנחה, אבל פעם שלא היה לי מנחה, שהיה קריאת התורה בצום, משהו כזה, אז באתי לשער התורה, התפללתי שמה, והוא, הרב אפשטיין, היה מחבר מרכז התורה. אוקיי, עד כאן היורצייטים של היום, אז אנחנו מסיימים את פרק חס עם הפסוק במלאכי, פרק ג' פסוק בייז, שאמרנו לכם ירש, שמי שמש צדקה, שיהיה אלו שעוברים על התורה, יש להם דין שריפה, אבל אלה ששומרי התורה, יש להם שמש צדקה, they have the song of victory shall rise, and they will have bracha. זה הסוף, הסיום של פרק חס. עכשיו אנחנו מתחילים פרק טס, בו יבואר עוד פיתוי היצר שיש בזה מחמס ההפקר. We're talking why do people fall into the trap of shaving with a razor, and we've discussed different aspects, and now we're going to discuss the idea that they feel that there's an abandon, that the mitzvah or the isur is hefker. In other words, it's people do not take it seriously. The Yetzer Hara entices and persuades them. Halolo yochid ani be'ir b'zeh. I'm not the only one who shaves with a razor. Kamo sheyia imshar anshe ha'ir hamagulachim kenya mudi. You know, whatever happens to them will happen to me. Lama hadavar domer. What is this equivalent to? La'achar la'echad chashdu shemored b'melech. Someone was under suspicion that he rebelled against the king. V'yodea lo ki b'korov yaviu lebeit mishpat. And he realizes that soon he's going to be brought to court. V'yizbonim b'nafsho b'meh lahasir me'alav achshad hazeh. And he will try to figure out how to dodge the charges against him. Laharos lifneim ech sha'alila shel sheker haya alav. And he would have to prove that what they said about him was really false. Aval im yatir lenafsho lomar lifneim ein ki ashma ba'asher she'eni yachid b'zeh. If he's going to say as a defense, you know, I'm not the only one who's done this. Halo b'vaday yanu tekev. they will surely tell him, Yesh Beis Asurim Gadol. You think you're the only one we could put into prison. We could imprison all of you, not just yourself. You're saying there are a whole bunch of you. All of you will go into jail. Asher Yizbol Chavchol, Hamordim Aposhim Kamocha, they will all go into jail. Kain Adavar Hazeh. Chofetz Chaim said, so it's in this situation, Lo Makom Gehenim Yadua. When it comes to Gehenim, hell, we know, Shu Gadol Ma'od, unfortunately for those who transgress, there's plenty of room in hell. Shekol Olam Kulo, Hu Echad Mikama Alafim Gehenim. This whole world fits into Gehenim as into one equivalent of 1,000. Kamosh Amru Chazal, the Psachim, Daf Tzadik Daled. Yesh Bo Yodo Lifos Kama Meos Ve'alofim Anoshim Asher Kol Echad Rochak Mechavero, that there's plenty of room for thousands of people that have a distance from one to the other, Kama Meos Paroshim. In other words, they're so vast that there's distance for each person, even though there are thousands of people, hundreds of parshot. It's so distant from one to the other, and yet there are thousands that one person cannot see the other. That's how far away they will be. Below, shomea mimenu klal, el kol echad bocheh. You will hear everyone crying, visoik, and bewailing, oi, and saying, oi vavoy, b'makomo, oh, woe is to me, where I am. Who mechil betocho, kol haposhim, umordim, al ratzon Hashem Yisborach. And in Gehenim, there will be room for everyone who rebels against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And now, this is a long quote that we're going to finish tomorrow. This is a long quote from the Tana de Bei Eliyahu. Isa b'Tana Bei Eliyahu. Harashalim HaGemurim Harehem b'toch Gehenim, Ketzir Amores. Those who are in Gehenim are like in gravy and brine. B'toch HaGedera, in a cauldron, a pot. Ma Gedera Zu Kivan Shenozim Bo Tzir Amores. Miad Yunacha. Gehenim is satisfied when you bring in lots of people who are going to be boiling in Gehenim. Afa Gehenim Kivan Shenozim Bo Poshi Yisrael. So Gehenim, when it receives all these sinners, Miyad Unacha, Gehenim is satisfied. Ketzad, Kashimas Rageshes, when she's in turmoil, the Gehenim, Omer La Kadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu says to them, Valama, why are you in turmoil? Va'ama, Atmit Rageshes, why are you so upset? Omeres Lefanov, Ribbona Shalom. The Gehenim answers to Hashem, Tamely Elu Hamakirim Ba Rasalama Elu Rashishir Makirim Torah. Those who are intentionally defy and rebel against the Torah because they know the Torah, and yet nevertheless they transgress it. V'Kodesh Baruch Hu Meisila Gehenim B'Dvorim V'Omer La Shema Ein Lecha Makom Leposhe Yisrael. So the Kadosh Baruch Hu answers Gehenim and says, maybe you think that you don't have enough room for all of these sinners. And at that point, the Gehenim says before it responds to Malo, Nishbatali Laharchivosi. The Kadosh Baruch Hu, you swore to me that you will expand Gehenim, Shenemar, as it says in Yeshayahu, Perek Hey, Pasuk Yudalid. In other words, the expanded Sha'ul Nafsho means the Gehenim, the pit, and the great expanse without unlimited. The Ein Lachen Ela Shua Shenemar Lachen Ishbati, the base Eli Matalmid Lomer Vayered Hadora Vahamona. We're going to learn what this is talking about. It means you shall go all the way down in multitude, but we're going to find out that it has a double meaning. Those that go and sin privately. And they say, who sees me and who will know about me? Shenamar, Vahaya, Kamechasha Kasem, Vayomru, Miro Enu, Miodienu. And the pasuk says that when they will sin, and they will say, who will know about me? Va'omer b'Tehillim, and it says in Tehillim Tzadik Daled, Perak Tzadik Daled pasuk Zayin, Vayomru lo yira, kava lo yuvin. Okay, Yaakov. They claim, they think that Hashem does not see, and He won't even observe. Va'omer, and it says in Yecheskel, Perak Ches, pasuk Yud Beis, Haresa ben Adam asher ziknei beis Yisrael osim choshech ki omrim ein Hashem roa asanu zaves haaretz, and they think that they could say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu Kaviyachol, that Hashem has abandoned them. You know, they used to say that Hashem is hiding, Hashem is away. We know the idea of Hester Panim, but we're not even talking about that now. We're just talking about people who are ridiculous, who think that they could avoid Hashem. Al tikri hadora ella chazora. We're going to learn that tomorrow, Mirz Hashem. So I just want to end off the shir by saying we had the schus today of joining in the l'chaim and the vort of Basi and Nechama Ritholtz, my granddaughter, Zalman Meyers, and Sarah Yochevitz's daughter, to a wonderful Binyamin, Bini Sichel, S-I-C-H-E-L, from Baltimore. And it was a beautiful thing, which took place in the Woodmere Country Club. And Baruch Hashem, many of our Chaverim joined in, and I know that you all had us in mind, and I want to thank right now those who wish a mazel tov in the shir. We thank you very much, and we Mirz Hashem, everyone in our shir should join in, should participate, have many simchas together. So I wish everyone Yom Tov, Chaim Tovim.
Yisha Koach.
So I just